Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the C Kappa Invitationals. We're here with day one of season one, our 16-team elimination, double elimination bracket even. We've got Arcanys versus First Departure for our second best of one. This opening round of 16 is indeed best of one. Losers going down to the lower bracket, winners moving on to the round of 8. Best of threes waiting ahead. So let's go ahead and hop into the draft. I think our cameras are getting a little bit of sync issue. Sorry, we're going to get to it next time, but there's only so much I can do on the fly. It's 6:20 a.m. here on the East Coast where I'm centrally located. I am Zayori from moonducktv. Thank you so much for joining us for the opening day of CCAP. I know there's so much going on in the Dota world right now, right at 6 in the morning, but I'm glad we have some cool content. $10,000, big money for the SEA region on the line. 2 big tournaments around the corner in Manila. We've got, of course, ESL 1, followed by the major, by PGL, so that's going to be pretty exciting, and I'm glad we're going to get to do some coverage of the SEA scene leading up to and post those events as we get towards the TI season. So it's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good things happening here on moonducktv. Bands coming into game number 2 of our coverage today looking, well, somewhat comparable to what we saw in game number 1. Nothing too crazy about it. We're pretty far along in the patch. The meta has been fairly figured out, so to speak, and we see teams across every region now knowing what to ban, when, where, who's strong, who isn't. Our first heat today was very one-sided. That series with Rave, their debut with their new old roster back together, and they look damn good. It was a 10-minute game. I might have set some kind of a record in most dominant performance in the SEA region in the last 2 weeks, something like that. It was it looked like a pub game, so maybe we'll see a more even matchup coming up here. Invoker as well as the Earth Spirit taken out by Arcanys. We saw Ninja Pookie play that Earth Spirit, and oh god. Man, what a fun hero to play, not play against. It was just domination all around. We got the Lone Druid, as well as Beastmaster banned out by First Departure. 2 vision heroes. 2 heroes that give you a lot of intel around the map. You're scouting with the bear. You've got that hawk flying around, mobile wards, and of course the boar. If you get BOTs on either of those heroes, you can move around. Opens up a lot of flexibility. But Arcanys will still pick up some of a global effect here. The Nature's Prophet, old Furion, most likely for the off lane, but proven to be a bit of a flex pick. Could always go mid, could always go in the jungle and open up some greed possibilities for Arcanys. Now, First Departure, they think about it. They eat through a minute of that reserve time. Then they pick up the Sven with their first grab. Very interesting to see old Svenny picked up first pick into the draft. I feel like Sven's good. He's proven himself time and time again, but not the kind of hero you see picked up this early on. I don't think too likely to be banned out in the second phase, but Sven Disruptor, a lot of team fight potential, a lot of AoE and a lot of lane damage as well. This could be the beginning of a really scary tri-lane, either safe lane or aggro try for First Departure. You set it up with a glimpse into a Stormhammer, into a kinetic field, bada boom, bada bing, a couple of great cleaves, and, well, you've got yourself a shiny new kill and a little bit of gold in that pocket. Some doubloons, if you will, for the Puerto Rico fans out there. I like it. It's a bold move from First Departure. Now, one of the issues with Sven that you always got to remember is he's kiteable, right? He's a big, hunky guy in a big old suit of armor, and he's susceptible to those slows. Enchantress, she is one annoying little biscuit for him to try and chop down early on. That's for damn sure. Untouchable, it's a story about a bitch. It's not a lot of fun. And Sven, well, he's all about the auto attacks. So until he gets the BKB, unless they pick up an Omni Knight or something like that, he is not going to be killing that Enchantress too easily. Though great cleave, great to deal with the potential split push of the Nature's Prophet. Arcanys could pick up something like a Viper. I don't know why I went Southern with the Viper, but Viper, he's always good against Sven. Before the BKB, you've got slows aplenty. Once he gets the BKB, you just Viper strike him. He's magic immune, but still slower than fuck. So it's really, really not a bad way to try and lock down the Rogue Knight.
10 seconds remaining.
Second ban phase coming out here. Arcanys going to take out the Bat Rider. He seems to be popular in this region, maybe disproportionately so. We saw him picked up in game number 1. On the losing side, not a very impressive performance here. We'll see him banned out, so still getting a lot of love. And OD taken out by First Departure. Who else is popular in this pool that hasn't been picked up yet? I know there are some other good meta picks that are just eluding me at the moment. Templar Assassin. My golly, okay.
Team ban.
Well, per old times, the first thing that comes to mind straight away is TA banned out, and maybe they're going to pick a puck. But I'm not sure if that's really so telling these days of a Fairy Dragon pick right after. Maybe just not wanting to play against the Miracle TA. Could it be a respect ban for first departure? I think that could be, I guess Miracle would play it. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. And Arcanys, they did come out of one of the qualifiers. Of course, first departure, one of the invited teams. I'm going to have to cheat here, though. Arcanys, they came out of the Philippines qualifier. So they are hailing from the good land where the big events will be. Manila, Philippines. Bounty Hunter now for first departure. More team fight, I'll give you that. Now, there's some great synergy here. With the Bounty Hunter, Sven, and Disruptor. Disruptor, fabulous hero when you're ahead, when you're aggressive, when you can force them to run away from you. Glimpse will add kills that you ordinarily wouldn't get if you had another support that wasn't Disruptor. If those heroes are tracked, gives him vision from afar to get those glimpses off, and also gives him that extra movement speed to close the gap to try and actually get those glimpses off that he otherwise wouldn't be able to. So a lot of good synergy between those two guys, and also just Sven getting that bonus movement speed from the track as well. Extra gold synergizes with pretty much every hero in the goddamn game, but that movement speed is really good for the old guy that likes that often gets kited around. It stacks with Warcry pretty darn well. So I like what First Departure are doing here. I think safe to say they're going to want to be doing some fighting. There will be some mid-game skirmishing, no doubt about it. Maybe that laning phase will start off a little quiet, harassing with the Bounty Hunter, but as soon as he gets level 6, once Disruptor grabs level 6, there's so much kill potential on this team. It's actually ridiculous. Both Enchantress and Nature's Prophet going to be susceptible to all the burst damage that First Departure are going to be dropping out in this hizzy. Man, these teams are taking their time, though. God, I am chewing through that reserve time. All right, Arcanys, what are you going to do here? I think they need something tanky, and that is not tanky. My God, they picked a Zeus into this? These crazy dogs. Disruptor, I would say top-tier support against Zeus. Glimpse is super good against him because he's not that mobile. And Static Storm, I mean, Static Storm is, of course, a great ultimate that's good against everyone because it's a silence, but Zeus in particular, you know, you Static Storm a Shadow Fiend, he can still right-click you into 3 auto attacks. You Static Storm a Zeus, what does he do? He stands there. He's like Super Mario, but without any fireballs. He's a sitting duck. He's dead. Bounty Hunter as well, he's going to be able to harass the hell out of that Zeus in lane. He's going to have a field day. He's going to run in there, Orb of Venom. He's going to slow him up, and oh, sweet mother of God. First Departure, go with Cheeseburgers. Old Spirit Breaker, man. I love this pick here. They've already got so much team fighting. This is more team fight, more movement speed. My God, now they've got Empowering Haste, they've got Warcry, and they've got Track Movement Speed. And then Glimpse to move them back, and Kinetic Field to trap them in place. There's so much synergy. This is literally the run-at-you team from First Departure. It's we are going to run at you, and you are not going to be able to get away because we have so many abilities that make us run faster. This could be another quick game. This could be 2 10-15-minute matches to get this tournament started, honestly. I think First Departure are of course, favorites coming into this matchup, but just looking at this draft alone, all right, Witch Doctor, very good against this heavy melee lineup. There are 3 melee in the Disruptor in the back line, so Cask should be pretty effective, at least before BKBs come out. Not a bad choice here. Pretty good against Spirit Breaker. You can throw the stun out, and if you have vision, you can stop him from charging before he hits you, at least some of the time.
10
This is a really good solution, well, partial solution to the run-at-you strategy that I was just hyping up so much. But at the end of the day, it's still only a Witch Doctor. I wonder what build he's going to go for here. If he looks for the kind of secondary Voodoo Restoration or secondary Maledict build. Because Sven and Cheeseburgers there, old Spirit Breaker, they're pretty tanky. They got a lot of meat on those bones early on. So having that Maledict can really help in that missing damage, especially before the Enchantress is online and before Nature's Prophet has a lot of farm going his way. You hit him with a Curse and zap him with some Lightning, and yeah, might be able to grab yourself a kill there. So looking at final bans, what do we have coming out here? First Departure, they ban out the Spectre. Okay. I guess a little bit timid of that global presence since they've already got the Prophet as well as the Zeus. Haunt is just another piece to that puzzle, so I like the mindset here. And Arcanys really needs something tanky. Spec definitely would have been the cure to some of their woes. Arcanys will be the ones to ban out the
Radiant
Viper,
team
though for good reason. Good lane dominator against the Zeus. I think Zeus is already going to struggle against the Spirit Breaker Bounty Hunter. If it's a Viper as well, Zeus literally can't kill him because of corrosive skin, and the Viper just runs at him and poisons him down. What does Zeus do? He can't run away. Super, super easy, and the supports they have set up can't really do much to keep Zeus alive. Like, they're not going to pick a Dazzle here. It's way too defensive alongside the Witch Doctor, and on top of that,
remaining.
are you kidding? First departure, just pick up a tiny, just casually like, yeah, you know, we could go with anything here, but we're gonna go with a mid tiny because we want more run at you, burst damage, clobber them for melee. My God, you know, I was thinking the coconut would do a lot of work here, but now there's just so many melee. There's too many targets for it to choose from. If there's 1 or 2 creeps around there, that's a lot of melee all clumped up there.
10 seconds remaining.
Nah, I'm being facetious. Tiny is a very ballsy pick here. I like it, though. Adds more team fight.
5
Another
seconds
stun.
remaining.
Jesus. He's going to go Blink Dagger, and it's going to be all about the catch. This is going to go
Reserve
Blink
time.
Dagger Sven, Blink Dagger Tiny, Disruptor with Boots, and Spirit Breaker run around. Arcanys pick up the Gyrocopter with their last. Ah, God. I think this is an outdraft, honestly. I think this is a hard outdraft for first departure. I hate to say it. I hate to be that guy this early on. He's such a biased caster, but damn, this is going to be rough for Arcanys. Just look at their lineup. Okay, Gyro gets a BKB. That'll be good. He's going to be forced to go BKB first item. I think maybe he goes like Phase Drum BKB, Phase Drum Achilles Stick, BKB. Maybe he stops off for a Sang and Yang. Maybe he just goes Sanj into BKB, but he needs something to deal with all these stuns and the Disruptor. So he's going to be forced into a non-damage item. At what point are they supposed to be able to take over the game? I don't think their laning stage is going to be advantageous. You've got a Bounty Hunter and a Spirit Breaker. They're going to be running around the map, picking up kills left and right. At least 3 or 4 of their heroes very susceptible to that. Mid-game, let's just say the lanes are a passive break even. I'm not sure they even have a big advantage there. Gyrocopter, like I said, won't have big damage output. And first departure are going to have great team fight. You'd get Tiny to toss somebody back. If you can connect on a double stun with pretty much anyone, you're setting up some kills. If you get a Storm Bolt on 1 or Storm Hammer, whatever it be, if you get an Avalanche on 2, if you toss somebody back into Spirit Breaker and set it up with another strike, like they have so many ways to just catch somebody out of position, take them out of the game before the fight even starts. 4 of the heroes, okay, maybe Gyrocopter even at some point, depending on how his farm looks. Everyone else is going to be susceptible to that burst combo of like a charge, nether strike, any follow-up stun. A glimpse, tiny combo. A glimpse, great cleave, chop, 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 storm bolt. Like there's, goddamn. If Arcanys managed to find a positive laning stage out of this, I will be more than impressed. So with that introduction, guys, let's get into this game. This is the upper bracket once again. No elimination here. The team that loses this one will be moving down to the lower bracket. Best of ones for the opening round here in the round of 16 for this $10,000 double elim cup. Oh, daddy. That lower bracket, all best of ones. Scary stuff if you're one of the teams coming through those qualifiers because, you know, there is a big disparity across the regions here in SEA. Oh, look, one of our casters was able to connect. How nice. Nature's Prophet going to be able to do a little bit of scouting here. Let's see how the initial ward situation comes about. Prophet getting a little bit of intel here. Doesn't want to put the ward down in too obvious a spot. There he is, a little Phoenix guy there. I don't believe that'll block the camp. It might be right on the edge of the box. Can't quite remember where that guy comes over, but I think it's on the edge of the outside, so it won't block the camp, but like we saw in the game prior, we'll give some nice intel in what's going on behind the tower here. You'll see the rotations from the supports. You'll see the rotations from anybody coming in the mid lane, and that should be enough to keep you safe as you farm in your off lane. That off laner will be Mr. Nature's Prophet. Lanes should be fairly straightforward for the Dire, except for all Boombox here. Zeus will be mid, and that means they're looking at probably a jungle Enchantress. Mackenzo on the Witch Doctor, and he'll be joined by the Gyrocopter. So pretty straightforward, safe lane duo there. Rocket Barrage and Cask already skilled up. You don't see the jungling Enchantress too often, to be perfectly honest with you. She's been off lane so much more often than not, but it can be really powerful in the jungle. Already picked up Dust of Appearance, so ready to try and tango with that Bounty Hunter, who they're anticipating will be harassing mid. We'll see what kind of creep she can grab, and maybe she can help keep the mid alive. I still just worry about the effects of the Spirit Breaker. He's gone for the Stout Shield 8 tangos. Golly gracious. He's ready to take some damage and regen through it. Let's take a look at the cosmetic situation here. What are we working on? All right. Yeah, got the immortal. That's good. That's good. Oh. Hello, Mr. Tower. Really just wanted to look at Spirit Breaker and all of his glory. Well, hello, Mr. Treant. You know, they look kind of goofy if you really think about it. Look at it. How many fingers do they have? Look at it. Why do they have 4 fingers? That's so, like, why not just give them 5 fingers? Just because they're trees, they have to have 1 less finger? That's fucked up, man. Pretty badass. Ooh, gift from Cat Bro. It's one of the casters. Common Honored Bracers. Ice 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 Pro Gear. Is Ice 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 known for his Spirit Breaker? That seems like kind of an odd player hero set combination. All right. Well, apparently, man, I gotta get this thing. It's a common Ice 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 set. Doesn't that seem a little like counterintuitive? It's Common Honored Tail. Ice 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 Pro Gear. All right, that's what I'm talking about. The flail is a mythic. Yeah, where is this thing? Look at this flail. All right. Looks pretty standard to me, but that's cool. Yeah, TI 5. Oh, Tiny's back. Does that mean it's time to go? This match was supposed to start 35 minutes ago. Oh, God, I just can't help but laugh at it. That's all you can do, man. That's really all it is. Got to get situated here. Sorry, ergonomics is important here, gang. Very important. All right, so what are we looking at here? 17 minutes on the rune spawn, Paulison. No oof to get things started. You don't see that so much. It's always a bummer. I always feel like in my head, someone's going to go for the ballsy play and go with the Orb of Venom first, but you got to get wards. You got to do it. Is Paulson going to go for the snag here? Is he going to get it? Oh, he didn't get it. Okay, Zeus gets that one. Tiny gets the one down bottom, and now Paulson could be in some trouble here. Boombox, he drops the dust. A first blood on the bounty hunter could be the start that Arcanys have been waiting for, and it is. Oh, Big Daddy in charge. It's Gyrocopter getting that bit of bonus gold. Lovely indeed for this dire team. I like it. Cocky bounty hunter trying to grab himself the bounty. Oh, how fitting. Just doesn't work out. All right, so let's take a look at the lanes for the Radiant side. Here up top, it will be the offlane Spirit Breaker. No big surprise. He'll start getting harassed by the Witch Doctor here. It is Miracle mid on the Tiny, and he will have the Bounty Hunter to help him out, at least for now. No Sentry Ward down for the Zeus, so expect him to get harassed, at least for a couple of waves, until they can afford some Sentry Wards. Then down bottom, the classic duo, Lubby's Disruptor, and this old man here on Sven. Tough lane, though, for the Spirit Breaker. In these kind of situations, I think SB will be happy to basically get experience. Getting level 3 is pretty core. Often see the 1-1-1 build. I'm a big fan of that value point and empowering haste early on. Just gives you that extra little boost to try and chase people down, especially early on when brown boots are a factor. Sometimes that little bit is the make it or break it. But we'll see what he goes for here. Getting level 6 is that tried and true mark. We'll see Colin some trouble. He's going to try to charge away. The Satyr hits him with a Hadouken, but it's not enough for a kill, and he'll make it to the secret shop. Nicely played. The power of the cheeseburgers. Will he actually live here? I don't think the last tick will be enough. Whoo, it's a close one, though. Gets him down to 13. He's sweating, but he will survive. Well, now Paulison rotates up. Not a bad first rotation from Boombox. You got to be aggressive when you're Enchantress, when you're in the jungle. Doesn't get a kill, but does put a lot of pressure on. Forces him to chew through some of this regen. Darn toot. And we're only 2 minutes in. He's already eaten almost half of his tangos and chewed through the salve. Now, one issue with this setup that the Dire might have is old Tiger Lily here. Nature's Prophet in the off lane. Probably not going to find too much in farm. Luck's out in a Bounty Rune. Actually has 8 CS right now. Paulison, he's going to find himself in a world of hurt. There's a dust from Boombox. The Hadouken doing huge damage. Bounty Hunter gets put 6 feet under again. My God, this Enchantress. She's a monster. She's an animal. 2-0. Arcanys striking first. I like it. We talked about it in the draft. It's what they need. This first departure draft will really erupt around that 10-15 minute mark. And the more damage they can do early on, the better. They need to keep this bounty hunter down, and they're certainly doing it. Call now up to level 3. Does get that second point in Charge of Darkness for more guaranteed stun. It's a 33% upgrade, so it's pretty significant. Down bottom, we see Tiger Lily get porked. Oh! It's first departure that get on the scoreboard. Caught that one a little bit late, but a nice rotation from the Bounty Hunter sets it up. Let's get level 2 off that, so we'll grab a point in Janata. And there's the Disruptor, of course, making that kill possible. So Sven going to be able to pick up a lot of farm here, and it's kind of what I was talking about. Nature's Prophet and Enchantress are going to have to share the jungle, so that will limit what Boombox will have in terms of creeps at his disposal, and also limit areas that the Nature's Prophet can farm. It is doable, but is a potential bottleneck that they could run into here. Courier Snipe, Paulson, is he going to be able to grab it? Does he have the damage? There's the Janata. One more, he's got it. Bottle. Does get taken off the Courier, but it was holding on to some kind of cargo there. What do we got? It's a Wraith Band, and it was going to be going to the Gyrocopter. Sorry, buddy, but 3 minutes, so you're going to be able to grab that one. Nicely done by Paulson. Good snipe there. He's going to pop out at Boombox here. He's going to grab that last hit. God, that's snaky. So irritating if you're a jungler. Very difficult to deal with it. To some degree, you just have to recognize that that's going to happen. Paulson's picked up the Oov now, coupled with the Janata and his level 3. He's feeling good. He can really start to put a lot of pressure on, and if he catches Zeus with a Janata, as well as that Oov slow, Tiny can basically land a guaranteed stun, no problemo. There's a Sentry Ward down mid, but soon to expire. Uh-oh, this could be a payday for Paulson. He bumps into Zeus, but doesn't quite get the vision in time. Oh my, that was a big opportunity, but Zeus will bottle up and be just fine. Now down bottom, Tiger Lily glimpsed back. Paulson on the backside will hit him with the slow. Do they have any way to cut through the trees? There it is. Sven has the hatchet, and he'll have the stun as well. It's another kill on the Nature's Prophet, and another 200 gold going the way of the Radiant side. It's the Bounty Hunter that gets credit for that one, and we'll get him that much closer to the prized level 6. Bumps into the Enchantress here, at least scouts out this rotation. That's half the battle. Radiant Courier will be nearby. Escapes safe and sound as it delivers some more wards towards the Bounty Hunter. And of course, by hatchet, I mean Quelling Blade. Oh, relics from the past die hard. Well played by the Sven, though. He stutter sat for a second, then remembered what that Quelling Blade hotkey was, and remembered how important it is to have against the Nature's Prophet. Bold move here from Boombox, though. Moving right into this Radiant jungle. He's got 2 of these creeps, and they're nasty ones. My God, Thunderclap, a little bit of the War Stomp. Paulson on the high ground. Boombox stutter steps here. He burns a dust for this. Uh-oh. Not sure how this one's actually going to work out. Paulson eats a tree, and the dust will expire soon. Meanwhile, up top, holy Toledo, it's a big dive as they're playing Ring Around the Rosie. It's a 1-for-1 Gyrocopter for Tiny. Call will be able to charge away and will live. No, Zeus with the lightning across the tree line. Gets the damage and gets the kill. It's a 1-for-2 up in the top. And that little exchange in the Radiant jungle proves to be a whole lot of nothing. Taking a look at the overall net worth here. First departure was farming it back, but Arcanys are going to level things out. A shame for the Gyrocopter that he couldn't survive through that. He really needed something out of that, even if it's just XP. Oh, my. Sorry about that, folks. Lubby. Whoa! Enchantress will finish him off with the Thunderclap. The damage of the Hellbear Smasher. Now Sven trying to move his way through the tree line. He'll get scouted out, but no way to interrupt the TP. He will live. Man, very aggressive game, and even exchanges on both sides. Seems like this is going slightly better for first departure, though. Their farm spread a little bit more top-heavy, but on those core heroes, that'll erupt a lot sooner. Tiny now picking up the Phase Boots. I have a feeling he's going to go Blink Dagger here. But time will tell. Enchantress hits him with the Enchant. That'll slow... Oh, no, that wasn't Enchant, rather. That was the Purge from the Satyr Banisher. Very nice. Don't see that too often. But they need to wait for these key level 6s. Bounty Hunter closing in on 5. Spirit Breaker closing in on level 6. Not going for that early point in Empowering Haste. All right. I like it. Just going for raw stun duration. I don't think it's a very... I think what he's doing is the common build. I just like going fast. Speaking of going fast... Darn it. 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 Oh! Big Daddy Zeus falls again. Call just comes cruising in for the last hit. Miracle setting it up as he comes cruising on the Phase Boots. And that's exactly what I was worried about in this draft. Seeing that Zeus picked up into a Spirit Breaker, into a Bounty Hunter. Now a glimpse back onto the Witch Doctor. Miracle doesn't have the stun quite yet, but Call has the charge forward. There's the Avalanche, the toss. They've got the damage. The Lantern will finish him off, but oh, the cask bouncing back and forth. It's Enchantress doing a lot of damage. Spirit Breaker might be able to just survive off to the side. Miracle trying to get away. He gets caught by the homing missile. That's not a homing missile. It's a call down. That's why he's able to TP home, but Zeus uses the Thunder God's Wrath, kills him in the well, and of course Spirit Breaker did die in the tree line when we switched over to look at the Tiny. Very nicely played by this dire side, and they will be rewarded with a favorable trade. 1 for 2 as they dive the tower. And we talked about Witch Doctor's Cask, great against those melee heroes, and we saw it deployed in true fashion there to make those kills a reality. We're going to look at the highlights here. We've got the instant replay of that redonkulous team fight in the mid lane here. And let's go ahead and have a look at it. So the glimpse is really what started that whole thing off. They had to commit pretty deep for the Witch Doctor. I think they were hoping they could finish him off in one fell swoop, but he gets the cask off just in time. If Enchantress was level 6, they would have picked up these kills nice and easy. Spirit Breaker looks like he almost lives, but Nature's Prophet has the damage. Tiny, so bittersweet to try and make it out there, but Zeus, the power of the Thunder God. Back to the in-game here, charge across, it's Gyrocopter, caught with his pants around his ankles and the wiener in the peanut butter again. That's an easy pickoff here for first departure, while Tiny plays Ring Around the Rosie with Boombox. Courier coming in with a delivery. He hits him with a combo. Enchantress almost falls. Can he get the punch? No! Untouchable proves too effective, but now the charge coming across the tree line. There's a fight down bottom, but we're going to watch the Dryad die. Toss secures the kill. Now in the bottom lane, it was Sven that got killed. Looks like Levy was able to survive with some fancy footwork around the tree line. Oh, not so lucky. It's the Thunder God's Wrath that finishes him off. Again, the power of the Zeus. Cleaning up those extra kills they otherwise wouldn't have found. Much needed kills here for Arcanys. They will still hold the lead of 1 kill, 9-8. But now Zeus, the #1 farmer. In mid, we'll see Call take some damage here from the call down. Meanwhile, back bottom, it's Paulison. Needs to be a bit careful as he lingers about. Charge coming in. He will be forced to cancel it. They get the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, and they do defend the tier 1 mid. So it is Arcanys that gets the favorable trade in this scenario. Do they have detection? Yes, they do. Zeus zip zaps and Paulison. This could be another death. They need the damage. The charge coming in. The Sprout doesn't catch him. Zeus doesn't know which way he went and won't be able to find the kill. Bounty Hunter just barely lives. Now it's the Sven coming in. He's coming in hot. It's a 1v4 and he dies. He runs into his death. What was he thinking? He thought he was God, but it's Zeus who turns out to be the Thunder God after all. He shows him the Wrath of Love. He puts down a kinetic field, zones him out, and first departure getting a little bit sloppy here. Sven really just charged in there like a goddamn hero. It wasn't meant to be, my friend. You got to be more cautious than that. Backside here, are we going to see another fight? It's the Zeus, caught by the Tiny, charged on by the Spirit Breaker. Nether Strike. Not going to be needed. Fall down, might connect on 2 here. The Cask doing big work again. Miracle falls first. Now Spirit Breaker gets the Charge of Darkness up, but do they have the damage? If it is one more, they've got it. It's a twofer. They'll have to trade their Zeus away, but they will get 2 kills out of it. Paulison, you haven't learned your lesson yet, my man. Come on, be careful. You're at a disadvantage. They've got a Sentry Ward. You better run, you little dog. All right. Gets off the Shadow Walk. Playing with my heartstrings here. First departure. Need to be careful. Arcanys picking up a pretty sizable net worth lead here. Let's see if we can find the replay and see what happened in that fight. Let's break it down. We're going to cut over to the analyst panel. Although a fight could also break out in the mid lane here. Uh-oh, charge on Zeus. All the way from the well.
Where's my pension?
All right, charge gets canceled. It looks like something might erupt here. Damage onto the Sven. Man, look how much damage the Zeus does at this stage of the game. I don't know if I really overstated the power of First Departure's draft, but I think they're really under-executing right now. This Bounty Hunter getting shut down so hard early on has really crippled their momentum, and now this Zeus is starting to hit hard. They'll knock down the tier 1 tower mid while First Departure continues to pressure the tower up top. Now, I want to take a look at this replay because I feel like that Sven was super crazy. I flamed him a little bit, and I want to give him a chance to redeem himself here. Keep an eye on what's happening live in the game. So it starts out, they go for these kills coming in. Spirit Breaker gets away. It's pretty good. Everything's looking strong. First departure didn't get the best trade, but hey, at least they got the Zeus. You can't be too upset with that. Paulison scouts him out. Speaking of Paulison, he could be in trouble here. No, he's going to make it out. He gets away. Everyone's feeling good. I missed it in the replay. God damn it. Oh, here it is. This is the moment. Sven, well, I missed the bounty hunter kill while that was happening. Damn, this instant replay is tough. But look at him. He charges in. There's 4 of them. He drops a stun on the Zeus. He hits him twice. God, that was brutal. That is out execution right there. That's a little bit of tunnel vision. Speaking of tunnel vision, Sven could be caught out again here. Nope, TP's home in the fog. Nicely done. Meanwhile, up top, Tiny is split pushing. Not going for the blink dagger, at least not quite yet. He may be pulling for it now. Appears he wanted to go for a drum of endurance, robe of the Magi, and bracer sitting in tow. Let's check in with the rest of the inventories. Sven just sitting on power treads and a helm of the Dominator right now. Might be pulling up for his blink dagger to boot. And Zeus has just gone raw damage, baby. He's gone straight for the Veil. Up top. Maybe they can turn it around. Charge coming in. How far does he want to dive this? Gyrocopter will survive for now. Zeus has a mini stun on that lightning bolt. Call, what were you thinking, my man? Dive in the tier 2 tower. They could TP in. Oh, Jesus. He just runs to his death. Oh. Down bottom now. Are they going to get cocky? Boombox in pretty far deep by himself. They know there were a lot of TPs up top. Nature's Prophet does have a TP in about 2 seconds. He has a dust. Hadouken. Nature's Prophet on his way down. Nature's Attendants healing him up. He cancels the Sprout. Not the Sprout, the teleport. Now he pops the Sprout. Paulison in some trouble. Ult from Zeus for some extra damage. They're going to try to chase him down. Impetus flying through. Paulison will survive the Nature's Wrath. Is that what it's called? It's sure a Wrath of Nature. Oh, pardon me. They can't find the kill, though. They almost bring down the Bounty Hunter. Now charge on the way from Boombox. Will get canceled. First departure do not want to fight here if they can avoid it. And they actually will. So now one of the problems for Arcanys, though, is they have the disadvantage when it comes to farming abilities. Even though Zeus is far ahead right now, or was far ahead, very far ahead in terms of kills, Sven is able to recover in terms of just raw farm. I mean, this guy's cleaving like crazy. He's had a very underwhelming KDA, but his CS is damn good, 106. He's got the Sange, and he's already pulled back ahead of the Zeus. Now we'll see the Blink Dagger picked up by Tiny. Really interesting build that he went for here, to go like for the core pieces of the drum, then not finish it up. But I think he realized that the initiation is what they're lacking right now, and at least now they have some catch power. If they get some tracks up, he can grab one of these squish bags and should be able to finish him off. Enchantress, close to a one-hit combo. Witch Doctor definitely is not anymore now that he's got a cloak and the point booster. Really smart build here. Gives him a lot of survivability against all this burst damage. So let's slow down. Let's evaluate. Let's look at some graphs. Arcanys holding on to a nice net worth lead, but its first departure coming out ahead in terms of experience. Showing how much they're splitting and farming around the map. Uh-oh, Bounty Hunter. Is he going to scout out this potential push? Ooh, they almost find him. That was a close call. You know, I feel like Arcanys are really doing a good job utilizing this Nature's Prophet. They do have a lot of push synergy in this team that I didn't really mention so much in the draft, but just the healing from the Enchantress, the extra creeps that she brings to the table, and the auras that they have, and just the power of the Nature's Prophet. He's going to come up top. They've got the dust for Paulison. They've got the damage as well. Gyrocopter secures the kill. You see how fast that Bounty Hunter dies, but not the best trade here for Arcanys. They get the tier 1 tower up top, but they lose 2 of their own. I guess worth overall. 1 for 2, and they get the kill on the Bounty Hunter. Pretty even. If they get this tier 2, very happy with that trade. And they will continue to put pressure on here. The glyph has reset, so the Radiant do have an option to defend if they're so inclined. Sven holding on to his TP for now. There is one on the Spirit Breaker. He could charge back across. They will go ahead and burn that glyph and start rotating heroes now. Disruptor in the vicinity, and Arcanys will start to back out. I was going to say, you need to be careful of that glimpse, my man. They're going to catch the Witch Doctor, and this should be a pretty easy setup. Arcanys have a decision to make, and it looks like they will just leave him high and dry and try to make the escape on the rest of their remaining cores. Enchantress will sproink away to safety, and she will live. Ooh, Disruptor. Say goodnight, sweet prince. He makes it back to the well, but another ult from Zeus secures the kill. Very nicely done. Zeus getting quite a few extra freebies this game. First Departure is still just doing a superior job splitting and farming the map. Sven has a full Sanj and Yasha now, just pulling further and further ahead in net worth. Even with Zeus getting these extra kills, he just simply can't out-farm the Sven at this rate. And the Tiny starting to farm very quickly as well. Completed his drums, now to go with his phase boot, so he's pretty beefy, plenty of movement speed, and he's able to farm quite well. There's a lot of onus here on Arcanys. They've controlled the game well up to this point, but they need to keep this high tempo, man. They need to keep the pressure on and not let First Departure get too much space. And now that they've lost all their tier 1s, it opens up the map a little bit more for FD and makes it harder for Arcanys to defend when their teammates get picked off or when little skirmishes break out like up top here. Mech, I think, coming out here for the Prophet. He's actually got it completed, so he'll be going into probably a Maelstrom with that Hand of Midas, I would imagine. Just some good AoE creep clear. Push those lanes out a little faster, do some extra damage. Great against all those melee cores again, as we've talked about. Chain Lightning's jumping all over the place. This Gyrocopter, man, I think he might be in a world of hurt in the near future. Take a look at Radiant Vision, and they've got limited intel here, and they're worried that this might be bait. But they go for it here, charge across the tree line. There is another strike. They'll use it. Nature's Prophet on the way in. Can they actually get this kill? It doesn't look like it. Tiger Lily with the mech. They're going to turn it on to Call. And Spirit Breaker gets taken out. It's a pick-off, but the other way. And Gyrocopter, very happy to survive that one. Not out of harm's way yet, though. Paulson comes in, hits him with the Janata slow. Tiny inbound as well. Call down, connects. Miracle can't get off the combo. And the Gyro will survive. Tiger Lily trying to get a return kill, but it's Boombox that's joined the party. Disruptor doing everything he can, but it's not enough. Zeus from across the map gets the kill with the global presence. They'll be able to interrupt the TP. Oh, God, it's a disaster for the Disruptor. He's going down 100%. Paulson, one impetus. They won't even need it. It's Zeus. He's got it with the lightning, and all of a sudden, 4 down on the side of First Departure. Just not respecting the global presence of this dire lineup. Nature's Prophet, the fresh maker in that one, pops in with the teleport, uses the mech, keeps the Gyro alive, then has that buck nasty Sprout that ultimately keeps the Gyro alive and stops that combo. Now they're going to steal Sven's stack. This is a triple stack. This is absolutely huge. Radiant with no intel of this, not going to be able to contest it. I don't think Arcanys are actually going to be able to kill it, which is rather unfortunate. Their Gyro not in position to clear this out, but this is something they're going to have to deal with. And finding a way to steal Sven's stacks, preventing him from stacking, is actually going to become a big part of this game. Especially as Gyro gets more farm. Looks like they are going to move over. You take a look at Dire Vision here, and they do have a couple of wards down. So they do have a good idea of what's happening, and they will try to contest this. Now Radiant, though, they have some intel. They're going to press forward. They might look to take a fight on the upper side of it. Witch Doctor gets scouted out. Again, we're going to look at Radiant Vision here. They've got the intel. Now the charge across. Call coming in. He's got the Nether Strike. He wants to step it up on the Gyrocopter. He's taking huge damage with the mech. Again, it keeps him alive, but not for long. He'll fall alongside the Enchantress. Sven actually gets denied by the creeps. It's a 2-for-1, but an obvious advantage here for First Departure. They do still lose most of their Ancients, so not the ideal defense that they were hoping to make. And I think the rest of Arcanys get out. Nope, spoke too soon. They catch the Witch Doctor. He gets comboed and glimpsed back. And FD should be pretty happy with that when it's all said and done. Well, let's pull up the replay of that last team fight, because it was a good one. I want to highlight some of the clutch plays from this Nature's Prophet. So here we go. They're hiding on the side of the tree line. You can tell they were cautious. They think they can just grab this quick kill, but the Gyro's a bit too tanky. Tiger Lily with the mech. The Sprout locks Call in place. He can't charge away. Quick turnaround. No problemo. That's the first clutch play, but don't worry, man. There's another. He gets initiated on by the Bounty Hunter. Prophet comes in. Hits him with the Sprout before he can toss. You can't throw trees, bitch. Oh, man. What a clutch play, Tiger Lily. You are a badass. Gyrocopter not only survives. Oh, shit. Tiny's setting it up. We got to get back into this game. They're going to try to go on the Gyrocopter. Tiny with the Invis Rune. Toss. Combo. Spirit Breaker. Where are you? There he is. Cheeseburgers. Hits him with the Lantern. The call down doesn't come fast enough. And now the Ancients will get jacked the other way. Spirit Breaker forced the TP out. But both sides, man, respecting the power of the Ancients. I love it. Putting that pressure all around the map. Again, taking a look at the dire vision here. Ward up on the high ground, plateau around the Ancients. They did have a ward down, I think, right about here-ish, but it was countered by the Radiant. Opens up their Ancients, now they can do it safely. Dire clear out their own Ancients. Now they move into the Roche Pit. Looking at Radiant intel now. Very limited. They've got this guy soon to expire. Very slow Roche attempt from the Dire side, though. No minus armor, no medallion. They can do it. Looks like first departure, either not paying attention to the rotation from that ward or simply just don't want to contest this. Looking at inventories, there are some big items that have come out, though. Tiger Lily has completed the Maelstrom. Gyro getting closer to the BKB. Mithril Hammer sitting in the bank. Witch Doctor halfway to an Ags. More than halfway there, actually. And Boombox, he's picked up the Dragonlance. So already feeling pretty good, nice and tanky. Zeus also going for the Aether Lens. I love this Zeus build here. It's just all damage. Now up top, they're going to have a go on Tiger Lily. Call does have a BKB. It's a 10-second. Gets the double bash onto the Prophet. Oh, small stroke of luck there. But now the real fight breaks out. Zeus drops the Veil, does the big damage. Call pops the BKB to try to run, but Boombox wants to chase him down. They've got the Death Ward, and they've got the kill. The fight's not over yet now. It's Sven with a fresh BKB as well. That's two 10-second BKBs that weren't enough to save him in this fight. Now he comes in. God's Strength is used. Goes in hard onto Boombox. The ultimate from Disruptor comes out, and it will be enough to set up the kill onto the Witch Doctor. Enchantress on the run. One more auto attack, but Sven can't quite get her. Nature's Attendants keeping her alive. She's going to phase boot through the tree. The fancy footwork is enough for now. The stun, the BKB usage. He wants this kill, and he'll get it. It will cost him the 10-second BKB just to cut through the untouchable. Gyrocopter does live in the end. Puts out some damage, but can't find a kill. Not the best fight for Arcanys by any stretch of the imagination, but getting those 10-second BKBs at least used, well, that's something. And getting a kill out of it does make it a little less painful, I have to admit. That is one of the problems with this lineup. They've now got 3 BKBs at the 24-minute mark. Great items because they allow you to peak at this time, take big team fights, and give you a huge surge of power. The problem, though, is you're forced to use those BKBs early in the game. And we're going to be looking at like 35 minutes or so when those BKBs are down towards that 5, 6, maybe 7-second mark. And that's when the item loses a lot of its value. The difference of 10 seconds to 5 seconds, it's huge. It's ridiculous. It's 100% difference. It makes a big deal. It really does make a big difference because Zeus completely mitigated. They have 10 seconds. That's a long time. 5 seconds he can deal with, and he can plan his ult around that and put out huge, huge damage. So I feel like for first departure, they need to get a lot done with these BKBs. They need to win some team fights. They need to use that gold to open up some more possibilities and transition this into a nice, aggressive mid-game. Taking a look at the gold graph here, they have actually taken control, taking the lead on that front and holding on to that experience edge that they've had for quite a while, 7,500. So maybe I'm overstating here. They're still farming so well that perhaps it doesn't matter. We've talked about it with Sven, that great cleave man. He's used it to much avail, and now he's got the Blink Dagger. That's the double blink, and ooh, interesting build from the Bounty Hunter. He's gone for the Pipe of Insight. I love it. Great against Zeus. You don't see this item enough. It's been buffed now that it's an aura, magic resistance, as well as the active. It's just incredible. It really is a great item at this point, and it was a perfect game for it. There's a lot of physical, but a lot of magic damage to boot. And you've already got something to deal with that physical damage. It's called War Cry. That's 20 bonus armor for your entire team in team fights. It's ridiculous. This spell is actually ridiculous. More than 50% uptime. Pretty damn good. BOT is now up on the Zeus, and he's got another 2K gold sitting in the bank, maybe looking at a Blink Dagger, something like that. More mobility tools are always good on this guy. Octarine Core, also incredible on Zeus. Get that shorter cooldown on the ult, and all of those other spells for spamming. Very synergistic with just the way Static Field works. So we'll see a bit of split pushing here. Arcanys pressure the bottom tier 2, and up top, Miracle doing some split pushing of his own. No Aghanims on the Tiny, so he's not Whomping Willow these towers quite yet, but they will be able to get this tier 2. Glyph is used by the Dire side to delay things a little bit as they actually move into the high ground. Radiant holding on to their Glyph for now. But this tower taking a lot of damage. Sven comes in. BKB popped. Big damage onto the Nature's Prophet. Uses the mech already. BKB also used by the Gyrocopter. Now Sven needs to be careful. He's taking some damage on the retreat. Call comes charging in. Will finish off the Nature's Prophet first. Zeus pops the ult, trying to stop some Blink Daggers, but it's just not enough. The damage from First Departure is too much. Zeus falls next. The ultimate from Disruptor locks down the Witch Doctor. The Gyrocopter dies on the backside, and Boombox desperately trying to find this kill onto the Disruptor, but he's just too damn fast. He's on a mount. He's going to run away. Miracle catches him with a combo. They're trying to clubber down. This goddamn Dryad gets one last impetus, but it's not enough for the kill. Now they've got the stuns, the lantern, the club. It's like watching in slow motion as they find the kill. It's almost a team wipe. The only thing that prevents it is the Aegis of the Immortal on the Gyrocopter. He'll be able to make it away, but First Departure take a huge team fight and gain even more momentum. 3K net worth exchange. Sven is now massive. Gets 2K gold out of that. 15.5K net worth. Oh, daddy. It is painful watching a Tiny try and club down that Enchantress, though, I have to admit. Oop. Gyrocopter. Got to be a little careful here. Scouted out by the bounty. Charge. They will cancel it. Great defense from FD. They do take about half damage on their tier 3 tower, but not enough for Arcanys to call that a good trade. Gyrocopter on the 9-second BKB. Now that was his 10-second BKB debut.
Dire's courier has been
Ooh,
killed.
a little courier snipe there from Paulison. He's probably going to have to pay with his life, though. They've got the vision. They interrupt his TP, and God, he just melts. Worth? Question mark. He did buy before he died, so close to the mech. He'll be moving into Guardian Greaves. Nice natural upgrade there. And Tiny with 3,600 gold, so he's getting close to the point where he can just right-click an Aghanim's. Could look towards just raw attack speed, like Assault Kuros, synergize very well with the Sven. Could even do a Moonshard if he just wants to club people down. A lot of options here for Tiny. It is a Blink Dagger onto the Zeus, so indeed more mobility for him. No surprise there whatsoever. Oh, was that a BKB used by the Sven? Nope. Okay, he just lit up for a second there. He used Warcry, and I got excited. So we can take a look at the replay of that last fight, because it was another good one. Oh, are we going to see a kill? Miracle. He's getting gully. BKB, TP. He makes it home. Very nice there, Miracle. Okay, so here we go. This is that last big team fight we saw. They're just sieging the high ground, nice and casual. BKB used by the Sven, very bold. He forces out the BKB from the Gyro a little more quickly than the Gyro would have liked, and it opened up for the Spirit Breaker to just go and completely zone him. There's so many BKBs on FD that staggering them like that actually made a big difference, and they could just execute the run at him strat. Arcanys simply didn't have the resources. This is the end of the fight where they just kind of kite the Enchantress around. Sort of painful. Whoops. Thought we were following somebody there. Sort of painful to watch, but of course they ended up getting the kill. Very well played by Lubby. Fogs him effectively and stops him from getting yet another free kill. Down bottom. They're going to charge onto the Zeus, but he drops the rotation. Call forced the BKB to try and live here. Zeus desperately trying to find him in the tree line, but it looks like it's not going to happen. He'll get stunned by the Sven, rather, and Spirit Breaker will deploy the Nether Strike to make sure they find the kill there. That does cost him a BKB. He has also picked up a level 2 Dagon. Don't know how he missed that one. Tiger Lily, clubbed by Miracle, hit by a combo. Shards, just giving in some vision here. I don't know how far Miracle wants to go. He does get stuck inside the Sprout with him. Now uses the BKB in no man's land. Does have a TP scroll. Blink Dagger up off cooldown. Miracle, is he going to be able to make it out of this one? Call down. Oh, he blinks over the call down. Sven finishes off the tower. Now he pops the BKB. He baits him into it. Boombox not going to be able to live with the untouchable through that one. Toss from the creep would have been able to finish off the kill, even if the Sven hadn't. Fancy footwork from First Departure. Miracle just playing with him as he blinks into the tree line. They forget about the Sven, and he just cuts them down, baby. Playing with their food before they eat it. That's what Sea Dota is all about. Still some item progression coming about, though, for this Dire side. That is an Aghanim Scepter now for the Witch Doctor. You don't see this build that often. Brown boots, casual cloak, straight into it. but I like it. Boy, do I ever. It's a bold item choice, but now that he's got it, 31 minutes, not too bad. Great to have against the 3 BKBs from First Departure. If they're not careful in these team fights, it could do a crippling amount of damage. We'll see how long this Witch Doctor hides in fog before he reveals that he has indeed picked up the Aghanim Scepter. We're going to see a charge up top onto Tiger Lily. He doesn't see it coming. He does have teleport in a couple of seconds here, and they won't commit for it. Taking a look at Radiant Vision, no idea where the rest of Arcanys are, even though the Enchantress is in the grave. Ooh, more item progression indeed. Aghanim Scepter now on old Boombox, and this is what it's all about. Once you get that Aghanim Scepter Dragonlance, that's when she gets scary. She's just a machine gun of glowy spears coming in at you. Really far range as well. Look at that. That's a big old circle. So Sven was actually the one that's now picked up the Assault Cuirass. Still a really synergistic item this game for the Radiant. Allows for Miracle to just grab his Aghanim Scepter, so now he's cleaving, picked up the big branch. Can clear out these structures, that much more effectively. Bounty Hunter still hasn't even brought his mech in yet. I guess just waiting for the gold to grab those Guardian Greaves. Oh, here we go. Smoke from Arcanys. They've got another BKB now. That's 2, Gyro and the Nature's Prophet. They smoke out of their base, but Paulson in a great position to reveal this. They've got limited intel. Smoke gets broken. They go in on the Tiny. Miracle uses the BKB. He's just going for structures. He tries the TP home. It's going to be a close call, but he doesn't make it. Oh, man. First Departure getting cocky with that one. Trading Tiny and a BKB for 700 damage on a Tier 3 tower. I hesitate to say that's worth it. That's a 7-second BKB charge. Getting to the point where the diminishing returns are minor, but still, every step towards that 5-second is lost value. Real cocky to think that he could survive through that and just TP home. Zeus pops the ult, gets a little bit of intel on the positioning here of First Departure. Also wants to scout out current hit point levels. And they will have a go at Roche. This is Roche number 2. Arcanys picked up the first one. Aegis went to the Gyrocopter. Most likely will again, but still no minus armor on this dire squad. This is not an easy Roche on, and will take them quite a bit of time. Radiant have some good intel here. Zeus blinks out. They're going to have to abandon Roche. BKB's popped aplenty. Call down used, but out comes another strike. They destroy the Witch Doctor. Now the secret weapons out of commission. They don't have the ammo for that Ag's upgraded Voodoo Death Ward there. Voodoo all around. Oh, it's Ring Around the Rosie here. Sven just getting kited like crazy. Gets hit by the missile. Same thing on the other side. The Spirit Breaker gets turned on by Zeus. And what started as a great fight for First Departure ends up a bit disastrous. They end up grabbing the kill on the Gyrocopter after all, but now Sven, he's in deep. Enchantress just laying the impetus into him. Tiger Lily stands his ground. They turn it. It's Sven's dominating streak that gets fed to the Dire. Roche will be ripe for the taking here. Another sloppy fight for First Departure. It's a 3K gold swing. Man, I thought finishing off that Witch Doctor would be the way to do it, but the footwork around the trees. You see that Gyro? He was just whoop, 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 just circle after circle, kiting that Sven all around. We talked about it in the draft. It's the weakness of the Sven. Now, Dire's Courier will get sniped on the way out. Did have a Ghost Scepter on it. Paulson may get left behind here. He's got the TP. No way to interrupt it. Ooh, the Lightning Bolt just a little bit too late as it comes off cooldown. How unfortunate. What unfortunate timing for the Zeus.
Dire's middle tower.
Still a nice little pick there, and that is going to the Enchantress. So she'll have a way to survive. That's good. Pretty key item against the Sven. No other way to survive when he pops the BKB. But I like the way they're itemizing here. Kind of planning through that. Spirit Breaker will have a way to put a lot of hurt onto the Enchantress. The level 3 Dagon into a Ghost Scepter is actually really scary. And that's going to put pressure on the Enchantress to be careful about how she uses it. Meanwhile, in the bottom area here, Lubby taking big damage. They've got the dust. Tiger Lily uses the BKB and gets a kill on the Disruptor. They'll go for a call down onto Miracle, but it won't connect, and he'll be able to blink away. Now it's a Dire. With 2 down, they move towards the Roche pit. Roche still a little bit soft from that last engagement, and they should be able to take it down pretty quick. Charge now from Spirit Breaker, taking a look at Radiant Vision. He knows exactly what's going on here. They're going to pull 2 out of the pit, and they are going to split push with Tiny. First Departure, splitting the 9s here, making Arcanys make some executive decisions. I like the play. Can Tiny make it out, though? Ult from Zeus. Stops the blink. TP. BKB online. Now the charge coming in. The race car. Call. He's going to stick around. He channels the Nether Strike, almost finishes off Zeus, but it's a bold play as Tiny just TPs out. Now Sven goes in. He wants to commit to this, but it's the Witch Doctor with an ult doing some okay damage here. Gyro on his way down. They outrange the Death Ward, but now Sven without a BKB. He's stuck in the trees again. First departure, getting sloppy with a miscommunication. Tiny TP's home and says, hey guys, I'm out of here. The rest of his team goes charging in, no holds barred, as if they've committed to go all in here. Paulson gonna run as far as he can. They should have some detection with the Zeus. Low on mana, misses the lightning bolt. It looks like Paulson will be able to live to tell the tale. Tiny really shouldn't have TP'd out there, man. If he had just stayed and fought, even though his BKB was down, he could have done some big damage, man. He could have chunked him.
Dire's top tower.
Now he's just going to move into the tier 3. He says, fuck it. If I can't go for heroes, man, I'm going for objectives. Forces out the glyph. That's a victory in and of itself there. Now, oh, Tiger Lily, you've made a fatal mistake. He blinks forward right into a combo from Miracle. Takes him down low. They trade BKBs. And now it's FD that's on the back foot, and they will retreat. Arcanys make a hold, but they scatter to do it. Almost losing a tier 3 tower and forced to burn that oh-so-valuable glyph. My God, what a bloodbath. Guardian Greaves on the way. Paulson, you crazy devil. Oh, no, they've got a satyr. They purge him. Do they have the damage? One more, one more. They can't do it. Zeus does. Gets him again with a Thunder God's Wrath in the well. Say goodnight, my little bounty hunter. He did get his Guardian Greaves before he died, though, so that's something. Not too bad. Let's take a look at this graph if we dare. First departure. It looked like they were going to be able to just run away with this game, but they've fed away. Death after death, and they're giving Arcanys a sign of life here. 32 kills for them compared to the 26 of FD. Somehow this dire side is hanging in there. They should not be able to do this. You look at that farm disparity on the Sven. Of course, the supports are a little bit more poor, and this dire side is more leveled out. The farm is distributed more evenly. But if they were playing as a unit, this Sven could be doing crippling damage. He does have a lot stored up right now. He will get another stack of Ancients here. Looks like just another 3 ski. But I'm curious to see what item he goes for next. Maybe a Satanic? I think you want to look for a Daedalus at some point here. I mean, this is the point where Sven starts to hit that bottleneck of what do you do with these slots? You don't want to ditch the lifesteal from the Dominator. You don't really want to ditch the movement speed from the Sang and Yang, and you need everything else. One of the reasons why I was thinking the Tiny may be the one to go for the Assault Karas to open up that slot for Sven and still give him a little bit of that attack speed aura. While we're admiring Sven's items, Arcanys do finish off Roche, and it's Gyrocopter that picks up that Aegis of the Immortal. Uh-oh, Miracle. What are you doing there? What are you thinking? I thought it was an illusion or something. I was like, Jesus. He just runs to his death. No buyback here. Now we're going to see another strike onto Zeus. Sven blinks in, hits him with a stun, chomps him down. It's a 1-for-1, but now the cavalry's arrived. BKB TP from Sven. He'll be able to make it out. Call, TP's out in the tree line. Lovey as well. In the end, it's a 1-for-1. Sort of. Tiny for Zeus. And both teams will just kind of draw even for now. So that's 1 minute down on the Aegis. I think as soon as Zeus comes up, you're going to see Arcanys start to gather up and force the issue with this Aegis of the Immortal. I think they'll try to use it aggressively instead of trying to defend their high ground with it. Buyback scenario could be scary. Sven pulling up a lot of gold right now. He's at about 5.5K. Nearing that period where he needs to make an executive decision. Witch Doctor buys a gem, so they'll have a tool to deal with the Bounty Hunter now, and he's going to have to be careful. Oh, Bounty Hunter. They know he's there. They might be able to bait this out. They've got a Sentry Ward down. He walked in vision of it. Farm, farm, farm. Sven trying to be a sneaky little devil here. Hiding in the trees, waiting for that Prophet to walk ever so far forward. 7-second BKB on the Prophet. Sven definitely down to that 5 seconds. Will this pay off? Tune in next week to find out. Sven's level 25. Jesus. That hero sure knows how to farm by himself in the jungle, that's for sure. Oh, he wants it. Here we go. Sven vision. He sees it. He goes straight in. Stormbolt. Chop, chop, chop. There's the mech. Tiger Lily almost lives. BKB. TP. Sven lives. So does Tiger Lily. Nice reaction from Arcanys. My God. And he does it without using his BKB. Very nice. A lot of players there would panic and just jam it, but if he opens with the stun, there's really no reason to use it. Doesn't mitigate anything. And this Satyr Banisher is so annoying. It only gives 16 gold.
Nature attend us.
Enchantress coming around the backside here. Zeus blinks up. That impetus from downtown, my God. What a hero. Boombox gets another kill up on the scoreboard. Now Miracle on the run. Teleport from the Nature's Prophet. Tiger Lily on the aggressive. It's first departure on the retreat. And they will be able to make it away. Miracle just pops that BKB to TP home. At this point, why not? It's down to 5 seconds anyway. Only 2 minutes left on the Aegis. And First Departure have done a great job of splitting Arcanys around the map. Not really giving them that golden 5v5 engagement they're looking for to utilize that Aegis in the manner that they would consider ideal. If FD could just wait it out and then take a 5v5 team fight, that could be their golden ticket to a lane of barracks. Now that this Tiny's got an Aghanim's and a Moon Shard, they can just chew through structures so damn fast. Top lane, it's Call and Tiger Lily going at it. Looks like Tiger Lily coming out big on this one, but oh God, it's Sven. Oh golly gee willigers. Call, living life on the edge, kind of baits it out, and Sven cleaves him down. Arcanys say, God damn it, Nature's Prophet. We just want to push his 5. Now we can't use the Aegis. We've got to retreat, and it's all your fault. That's what they're saying right now. They're trying to keep it positive, but look at Tiny. He's pushed in the bottom lane. He broke the backdoor protection. This crazy bastard's just going to BKB TP again. He's just chipping away at these tier 3s. Hasn't killed one yet, you know, just trading BKB, 3 hits TP. If that's the way this game's going to end, we're going to be in it for the late game, man. My God. It's like watching a tiny rat without an IO. It's effective, slowly but surely. You know, it's like Stonehenge. You can't get near it anymore because if too many people walk around it over time, those vibrations add up to an earthquake, you know? Over time, those auto attacks add up. He's clubbing them.
Damage.
Clubber Lang. All right, Gyrocopter. What'll it be, Tubbs? Looks like Butterfly. Smart choice here. Forced the Tiny as well as the Sven into an MKB. I don't know how Sven's going to get an MKB in here. I guess you ditch the Sanj and Yasha and you get an MKB. I think that's the play. You have to. You got to give up that movement speed, man. You got to do it. Because that 35% evasion is going to be game-changing once this Gyrocopter comes online. He's close. I don't think he's going to go all in. He's going to save for buybacks. So it's going to be a little while before he completes the Butterfly. But it's a big pickup. Not going to do much against this level 5 Dagon. But we'll keep him safe from Tiny as well as the Sven at least a little bit. Oh. Bounty Hunter trying to get a bit gully here. He's got another headdress. I think he's going for a Vlad's. I love it. Or a base. Here we go. Sven just going right in for the structures. First departure. They're not mucking around. Forget about heroes. They want structures. In comes Tiger Lily right into a stun. Sven's just going to try to run away. Taking big damage. Glimmer Cape, BKB, TP. Meanwhile, up top, it's Tiny. Split pushing again. He gets the tier 3, pops the BKB. He gets the barracks. Oh, this is disgusting. He may pay with his life. One more impetus. That'll bring him down. Oh, the lightning, as well as the damage from Tiger Lily, secure the kill. So they do get a barracks out of that split push play, and it is a melee barracks to boot. Ranged will stay standing. Down bottom, they get the tier 3. Pretty darn good exchange for First Departure, if I don't say so myself. They even trade 1 for 1. And as that time goes on, they just get further and further ahead, man. They're pushing in the lanes, they're farming, they're controlling the map. That's what's important here. It's not just that they're pressuring the base, not just that they're pressuring the high ground, but they're not giving Arcanys anywhere to farm. They are going to find Spirit Breaker in the trees here. They've got the Hex. There's the Scythe of Vice on somebody. It's Tiger Lily. BKB, TP, not going to work. They get the kill on the Spirit Breaker, and now down bottom, it could be a kill going the other way. Zeus, all by himself. He's got the Blink Dagger broken now. They use a Static Storm deployed and all. Zeus in a lot of trouble. He does not have the buyback. Out of the game for 80 seconds now. First Departure defend that little oncoming push from Arcanys, and they should be able to stay safe while their 2 cores sit in the grave. Love the Vlads, though. Extra armor to deal with the bouncing Death Ward. Some extra lifesteal for the team. Fabulous. And Disruptor gets an Aghanim's, always a big item there. But this is where it gets scary. So far, First Departure have not done any crippling damage. 1 melee barracks at 45 minutes is not crippling. It's scary how fast they're farming and how quickly they can kill structures if Arcanys misstep. But now that Gyrocopter's got the butterfly, he's going to be hard to kill, and this is a potentially game-changing item until the MKBs come out. Now they find the Sven. They catch him with the Hex. They're laying in the big damage. He'll pop the BKB, tries to TP home. It ain't happening. The damage is too big, and the Sproinker is attacking too fast, man. She is just a cannon of pure damage. BKBs will not keep you safe from everything she's putting out. Even though First Departure have the lead, have the advantage, and all of the tools going their way, this game is far from over. And this is the way we like it. Game number 2 in the C Kappa Invitationals. Things are really heating up. Paulison, you crazy bastard, you better be careful. You old bastard. Charge onto the Gyrocopter. Roche is going to respawn here in just a couple of seconds. It's a very fast Roche respawn. We'll see who's able to take out the big boy. Even though Zeus died without buyback, Sven will stay in the grave for another 60 seconds. He does have a buyback available. He's also picked up the Boots of Travel upgrade, so now he can TP to heroes. Very fun, very cool. Still sitting on 6k gold and that goddamn Sanguinyang, man. Sell that thing and move into something else. I'm telling you, you need the MKB. You need it. It's not a choice anymore. It's a necessity. Yo quiero? No. Yo necesito. Paulison on the run. Sprout will be off the mark from Tiger Lily. But in comes Rapunzel. Try to cut him off. Do they have detection? They do, but it's on the Sproinker. And Enchantress, nowhere to be found. Sven down for another 20 seconds. I like the way Arcanys did this, waiting for that window where Sven really doesn't want to buy back, but if he doesn't, they aren't going to be able to contest in time. Lubby with the Glimmer Cape face checks the Roche pit, pays with his life, and now there's no way First Departure can test this. This is Roche number 3. Aegis Cheese, ripe for the taking. Meanwhile, Miracle's got another idea in mind. He just wants to split push, but it's a Death Ward on the low ground. The physical damage goes right through the BKB. Oh, man, he's going to die in the mid lane. He will have a buyback, but now Roche under assault. It's a TP in from the Sven onto Paulison. They go right onto the Gyrocopter. The evasion almost keeps him alive, but Spirit Breaker comes charging in, gets the kill. BKB on. He's swinging that flail away, but he just can't bring down the Enchantress. She's too damn tanky. She's also got the heal from the Poodoo Restoration. A fight's about to break out here. It's brewing, but who are going to be the true aggressors? It's now First Departure on the back foot. They're trying to run. They're trying to get out. Tiger Lily comes in, but he doesn't have the detection. They can't find the Bounty Hunter. He's throwing out more tracks, more vision going the way of First Departure, and even though they're a hero down, they may still try to contest this Roshan. 3 members of Arcanys move into the pit. They've got the gem. Paulison walks right into the Hex. Chunk, 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 dead! He's in the grave, and he's not coming back for 60 seconds. This Roche should finally go the way of the dire side, but no, now Tiny's bought back. This Sven, he's going in onto Zeus. BKB is now used by Miracle. He's chopping, he's cleaving, he gets the Zeus. No buyback there, but it's going to cost him everything. It's his entire life. He goes down to Tiger Lily. Oh, my God. First Departure. They're trying to go for the big plays, but it's been held off by Arcanys. Roche still standing. Aegis and Cheese ripe for the taking. Who's going to take it? Anybody? Anybody? Nature's Prophet. Okay, he's in there, scouting it out. I think finally the Dire can do it. They know Tiny bought back and died. Confirmed dieback. This should be the timing to grab Roshan. But maybe not. First Departure. Hungry to contest. Surely there was something in that last segment that was replay worthy, huh? Can we take a look here? All right, Roche falls to the Dire. Aegis goes to the Gyro. Cheese goes to the Witch Doctor, who's also picked up an Ether Lens. All right. So let's take a look here. Where does all this last fight start? This is the instant replay action brought to you by moonducktv. Shout out to Pimp Muckle. So Sven uses his upgraded boots. They go in, they pork the Gyrocopter. He literally almost lives because of the evasion. But then Call comes in. He chops down the Enchantress, or tries to. It's obviously a disaster. They turn, show off their sustainability. And now the BKBs are down. It's like First Departure just can't quite find that moment to get all their BKBs online at the same time. Now Arcanys chase them down. And then it goes right back the other way. But you can't face check the Roche pit. I think that's the takeaway. And we'll see it coming up in the replay, or in the replay here in just a second. Though we're going to have to switch back to the real game. Oh, God. Go back, go back, go back. Sven, BKB on, glimpse in. They're going to get the kill on the Enchantress to start off this fight, but she buys back right away. Sven's BKB soon to expire, but Death Ward has not been interrupted, doing a little bit of damage. Zeus gets the ult off. It's not looking good for First Departure here. They're just taking too much damage. The Zeus is cleaving them down with all that lightning. 2 buybacks now on the cores, the Sven as well as the Spirit Breaker. They need some counter kills out of this to make these buybacks worth it, and so far they're not finding them. They charge in onto the Zeus. That's one. He does have buyback gold now. Gyrocopter is tracked. They're going to try to chase him down. This is Radiant Vision. Donna, 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 Donna. Remember, he's got the Aegis of the Immortal. If he can just make it back to the base, they might be able to make a hold still. Zeus will buy back, and Gyro will live. 2 buybacks for only 1 kill is definitely not worth it. Now the charge onto the Witch Doctor. This one should be a kill. Does he eat the cheese? Nope, not even going to have a chance. But now the Dire actually trying to do something here. Tiger Lily, you crazy bastard! You went in ahead of your team and you just fed him another one. Oh no! Both buybacks are available though for the Witch Doctor as well as the Nature's Prophet. And I think they're done going to have to burn them. This could come down to a final all-in, no buybacks left team fight. What are you holding them for, guys? They're coming straight for your base. FD are all in. Nature's Prophet buys back, but it could be too late. The Enchantress falls before they can even take a 5v5, but they're going on to Paulison. The ult from Zeus does huge damage, brings down the Bounty Hunter first. Now Call on the run. Zeus trying to zap him down. He gets the kill. Now Miracle BKB. We've seen this story before, but this time it's got a different ending. The Enchantress isn't alive to bring him down with the pure damage. Lubby tries to TP home, but it won't happen. The Glimmer Cape mitigates damage, but doesn't stop the mini stun. He glimpses him back. Now Mackenzie trying to death ward him. It's a whiff. Oh man, I can feel the breeze from here. They missed the lightning. He's on a mount, but he's not that fast. He's gonna have the Glimmer Cape up, and I think just maybe Disruptor will live. Holy Toledo. 2 buybacks now used on the Dire side, a dieback from the Enchantress, but also a dieback for the Spirit Breaker. No barracks have fallen aside from that one melee barracks that the Spirit Breaker took out earlier on. We've got a game on our hands, folks. Let's take a look at that graph here. Net worth 10K. All right, FD still hold on to the lead, but this is the one that's perhaps the most telling. Look at how this game has gone. Arcanys never had an XP advantage. It was as much as 20,000. Now they have a 5,000 experience advantage themselves. That's the team without the Sven. Oh, man. Gyrocopter, Big Daddy, he's still got the Aegis. He's still got the buyback as well. Aegis soon to expire. He's got about 90 seconds left. And I don't know that that's going to be a long enough window for Arcanys to really make much do with it. Both teams lacking on buybacks quite severely. Tiny Miracle, you are one crazy bastard. He knows Enchantress is dead. He literally just BKB, 2 auto attack, TP home. That is the definition of slow siege, I think. I mean, it doesn't get slower siege than that. At least not in my book. Lotus Orb up on the Bounty Hunter. Pretty goddamn good Lotus Orb game, that's for sure. You recast a Zeus Lightning Bolt. I think the Cask is probably one of the biggest ones if you're able to recast that. Really, really good.
That's good faster now.
So Sven's gone for a really interesting build here. He's eaten a Moon Shard. That part's not so crazy. But he's gone for a Refresher. And I don't want to judge it prematurely. You know, I was raised to never judge a book by its cover. You open it up and read the insert. What are you, an animal? We live in a society. But I'm not sure Refresher is really the game-winning item here. I mean, double stun is nice. Double God Strength is great. I think, to me, that says rat play. The double BKB, yeah, we're going to hold that bit of theory crafting because the fight's going to break out. Paulison, he's going to get Hex. That's a freebie for Arcanys. Nice rotation around the backside. He'll get a pick off. No buyback there on the Bounty Hunter. They don't have confirmation. He's short gold. It's not on cooldown. So we'll see if they're able to push off of it. But a good pick off there will delay things just a bit longer and keep them in the game. Now, refreshing the BKB on Sven is actually huge. Also, refreshing BOTs, not so bad. Double God Strength is incredible for split pushing. You can use it for the fight and then have it up again to just completely chunk through towers. I would almost rather, like, I think he just needs damage, though. Like, I would rather just see that as a Daedalus. Just straight critting, dude. You get 2 crits in a row, and you can just demolish their entire team. Like, once Sven is this farmed, like, crit MKB, dude. Forget about Refresher. Like, it's like he's in love with this Sanjin Yasha. We're nearly 60 minutes in, and I get it. Movement speed's nice, but you're maxed out, brah. Come on, you're 5-2-2, buddy. I digress. Maybe that Refresher will win him the game. And I'll be sitting there eating my words alongside my hearty breakfast. Gyrocopter still going for the big damage. And they still haven't really found a way to deal with this butterfly. You know how they've been dealing with it? Just ignore him. Kill all of his friends. It works. But if they get in a situation where they have to deal with this gyro, man, his damage output's getting scary. He's going to have an MKB of his own coming up pretty soon here. Here we go. Smoke rotation from Arcanys. Lubby scouting it out with a smoke on himself. Are they all smoked up? Is this a smoke on smoke? No, it's a solo smoke. He's about to break it. Oh my god, this is like a game of chicken. Both sides are about to break each other's smokes. They know Lubby's there. They hit him with the lightning. They see the Glimmer Cape. They interrupt his TP. And this should be a dead disruptor. He uses his Static Storm. Oh no, I guess he knows he doesn't have buyback, so it doesn't matter. Use everything you can. That's a gem on the ground as well. Now Paulison able to recast the cask. Doesn't matter though. He still falls. It's a twofer. Both supports of first departure down. Unfortunate for this Radiant side. Another great set of pickoffs for Arcanys as they keep themselves in this game a little bit longer. Miracle now on the run. They're hip to his jive, and they won't let him rat anymore. Trying to keep these lanes pushed out. Buybacks coming off cooldown here. Everybody up in the next 60, 90 seconds or so. MKB on the way for a Gyrocopter. We got a little timing window here. Maybe they can make something happen. We'll see what that timer looks like on Roche here in about 15, 20 seconds. Take a look at that gold graph again, man. Things are plateauing. Dire side trying to pull ahead. Then they lose it in the farm war. Then they kill him. Then they lose it in the farm war. Uh-oh, here we go. Nature's Prophet getting tricky. Oh, Tiger Lily. Look at you. Now Sven, though, in the mid lane. Finishes off the tier 3 tower. Pops the BKB. Tries the TP home. And he gets it. Tiny does have a buyback available. Did you see what Tiger Lily did there? He goes up to the high ground. Tiny's sitting on the low ground like a putz. And just hexes him. Bop, 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 dead. Turns him into rubble. Arcanys really need to strike soon, though. They're running out of safety structures. They're out of tier 3s. It's nothing but Barrett's exposed now. They're at least going to force the buyback from the Tiny. Now, they need to be a little cautious because they still have buybacks on cooldown. Witch Doctor, as well as the Nature's Prophet, though they are coming up soon. Paulison, initiated on, does get caught by the call down. Kinetic Field actually grabs the gyro. I was going to say Kinetic Storm. Come on, Arcanys. You got to force this buyback. This is actually really important. If they can force a clean buyback here and then not concede any deaths, that would be huge. But they need to make it go soon. Spirit Breaker's far away. They should have the advantage with the Prophet teleport. Just chunking at this tier 3. I like the way they're sieging this from the low ground. They force out the glyph. Boombox doing what he can, but they're going to go right onto the Gyrocopter. Beautifully done. He won't get to BKB. Compliments of that Static Storm upgraded by an Ags. They get a kill on the Witch Doctor, and this is not the fight that Arcanys wanted. They do kill the Sven. He buys back. Boombox eats the cheese. They might still be able to take this fight. It's Tiger Lily that comes in. They bring down the Spirit Breaker. He'll buy back. Buyback's being used aplenty on everyone except the Tiny. He's going to stay dead. He'll do it the old-fashioned way. And they are going to try to finish off this tier 3 tower. Now Spirit Breaker goes charging on in. Who's the target? It's not the Zeus. He's trying to charge up in the base. Meanwhile, Tiny, he's going blow for blow here with the Enchantress. Tiger Lily comes in. It's a hex. A miracle. He could be going into his grave. Tiny gets the kill on the Enchantress. She gets craggied. Oh, no. Oh, my sweet Jesus. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Zeus gets killed by the Sven. What is this game? All right, we're going to try to look at that replay real fast because that was sick what just happened. All right, here we go. Instant replay, baby. Buyback used. Look at this. Enchantress. Poke. Poke. Craggy, bitch. Oh, God, that hurts. That is brutal stuff right there. A buyback forced because of a goddamn craggy proc. Incredible. Unbelievable. FD right into the Roche pit with him. They've got a small window here with 2 heroes dead, and they're going to try to seize the day. And it looks like they shall. This is Roche 4. Aegis and Cheese ripe for the taking. It'll be an Aegis on Svenny. And Cheese will get picked up by the Spirit Breaker for now. Tiny does his BKB TP shenanigans once more. Makes it back to the base, luckily for him. I like the way First Departure did that, though. Split push one lane, the rest of the team in Roche. 4+1. They're playing this like a couple of ratskis, but they are playing it well. You got to give credit where credit's due. MKB now up on the gyrocopter. He's got the buyback, as does the Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet, one of the key buybacks here. He's going to grab an MKB as well. They're assuming that there's going to be evasion at some point on this Radiant side, and they're right. Tiny's actually already picked it up. There's the Butterfly. And, you know, the MKB versus Butterfly may be what allow Arcanys to take that one final team fight that wins this game. Because there's still no MKB action on this Radiant side. They've got one Butterfly of their own, and Sven will now start to move into it. That's a Daedalus. He's going for the big numbers. See, look at this. He puts the... Why did he buy the refresher first? He's going to carry the Daedalus. He's going to put the refresher on the courier. I guess he's gonna wait for the Aegis to come back. But I'm not getting the refresher, man. I'm really not. That's a goddamn expensive item. It's a great, like, 7th slot. You know, it's a great luxury item, but you're not at that point yet. Shit, dog, you can still get a Satanic, you know? And it's like, I'm not into AC on Sven. I'm into teams with Sven getting an AC, but not the Rogue Knight actually carrying it himself. That's 3 MKBs now on this Dire side. Tiger Lily doesn't have it quite yet. He's trying to pool for buyback. He doesn't quite have enough surplus yet. But Enchantress, man, the Sproinker is... She's huge right now. Like, Enchantress is doing just as much carrying power as their gyrocopter right now. You don't get to see, like, a late-game Ench this often. Sven is nearly double her net worth, and she has just as much as impact as he does. Oh, God, Nature's Prophet goes into the tree line here. They see the Sven. He goes right in on the gyrocopter. He's not going to be able to BKB. Gyrocopter falls straight away, but they lay it into the Sven. He'll go down. That's the Aegis of the Immortal. Buyback right away from the gyro, and they TP back. They're like, hey, that Tiny's coming, guys. We got to deal with him. They find him. They get a Yule Scepter on him. They force out the BKB, and now they know their base is safe. Meanwhile, back up top, Witch Doctor initiated on by Spirit Breaker. They'll get a quick pick there. Gyro needs to be careful. Nature's Prophet joins the party, but Gyro did buy back here. So if he dies, could spell doom for this Dire side. Now Paulison in a little bit deep here. Where's the gem for the Dire? They don't have one. Lubby, the gem carrier here for First Departure. Witch Doctor down, no buyback, so he will be out of the game for about 60 seconds here. Cheese has not been eaten, still sitting in the inventory of the Spirit Breaker. Aegis, since consumed. Did he actually die to a range creep? I thought it was Craggy. Aww. Damn it. I have to watch the replay again. Oh. This is turning into a weird stalemate. It really is. Both sides are having so much trouble taking a decisive victory. It's almost impressive. First Departure, splitting it up again. They force out the glyph, and that's all they wanted to do. Sven's happy with that. That's one ult. Now he can refresh for the next. Hasn't used it yet. May BKB first, and he does. Refreshes. There it is. And he gets the melee barracks down bottom, but it's going to cost him his life. Sven dies. No buyback. I don't know if that's worth just one barracks. Glimpse back onto the Zeus. That'll take him out of the picture, but they should grab Disruptor here as well. Oh, yeah, they do, baby. No buyback on him. And Arcanys, have they just done it? Can they get one more here? No, Paulson will make it out. They defend up top. That's now 2 melee barracks down, still not crippling damage. Oh, Nature's Prophet's here. They catch him with the enchant. Just look at the impetus. He's down, no buyback either. They've got over a minute of 5v3. This is about as ideal as it gets 65 minutes in. Arcanys are just so afraid of this Tiny. Miracle's done such a good job keeping constant pressure. Even with an advantage like this, they know some of these heroes have used their buyback and can't even get back into the game. But still, they can't come together to push because they need to keep these lanes spread out. Lincoln Sphere now up on the Tiny. Interesting late game choice here for Big T. Have they noticed it? He blinks back. It gets broken. The Hex is there, but they can't get it off. He BKBs. If they kill Miracle here, this could be huge. He gets out. Now Call comes cruising in. He tries to TP, but he doesn't use the BKB. They've got no way to stop him. Meanwhile, in the Radiant base, Arcanys doing big damage. They forced out the glyph. Tier 3 towers fall, and they're focusing barracks. Zeus goes in deep, as does Call. Now Tiger Lily joins the party. Huge damage coming out on the Spirit Breaker. He's got the cheese, but he can't eat it. They get the damage off, and now Sven, he's in big trouble. He falls as well. Dieback now on the Sven. He's out of the game for over 100 seconds. Melee barracks falling quickly. Arcanys, I think, have just broken this game wide open. Lubby whiffs the ultimate. You can't afford to miss the Static Storm Connect fields at this point. Call almost dies, eats the cheese as he gets pushed back to the well. He's recently bought back also. This is the final stand for the Radiant side. If they lose this fight, they're donezo. Tiny goes in, straight onto the Gyrocopter, gets the kill. Gyro down, he's out of the game as well, no buyback. This could actually be a hold. Miracle now taking big damage. Boombox left uncontrolled, secures it. Paulson on the backside trying to do what he can, but him and Call just aren't going to have the damage. Hex locks down the Spirit Breaker. He's dead, out of the game as well. Lubby, Glimmer Cape keeps him alive, but they go straight for the throne. Forget about the side lanes. We're going for the win, baby. It's Arcanys. 58-44 after 68 minutes of gameplay. They're going to upset First Departure here in the upper bracket and send them down to the best-of-1 eliminations. Paulson doing anything he can to distract them, but simply put, it's not enough. Ooh, my. Arcanys, the team coming out of the Philippines qualifier in a nail-biter till the bitter end. What a victory indeed. Wow. I can't help but feel like First Departure played that a little sloppy. A lot of deaths that didn't need to occur. A lot of split pushing that wasn't necessary. A noble effort. They did put a lot of pressure on, but Arcanys held it in, and they just itemized so well. That Hex completely changed the game. Enchantress, man. What a hero. Well, a great game, folks. Our third heat was canceled, so we will have a long break, and we're going to have another match coming up after this. I'm Zyori from moonducktv. Thank you so much for joining us here for opening day of the C Kappa Invitationals. We'll be back after this break.